Hey everyone! The new Empire Hunt weapons are available for Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and I'm here to help you get them. First, finish the campaign. If you haven't, well, go do that first and then come back to the video. Once you finish the campaign, you'll need to start on the bounties given by Variks, the new vendor, and start on the Europa challenges underneath the Sabotage tab. This is similar to last season's Prismatic gift upgrades for better chances at materials and rewards. I recommend that you complete all 3 of the first missions for tiers 1 through 3, especially the tier 3 mission. These missions are short in length and either have you collecting or killing enemies in different areas more or less, but once the upgrade is complete, this gives you the ability to earn a currency called Here Always Pieces more frequently, which is important in order to obtain the weapon of your choice quickly. The tier 3 mission allows you to not only earn these pieces from lost sectors and public events like normal, but also from getting headshots or precision kills. Once you get the upgrades, you can start to earn the Holloway pieces every 4 to 5 precision kills roughly, and you compare this with Lost Sectors, which can give you up to 10 per completion. This goes hand in hand with completing Lost Sectors, as you can get to about 15 to 20 per Lost Sector run if you're lucky, or in about 1 to 2 runs, which is much faster than farming public events. Non-heroic public events only seem to give you 3 to 5 per event, with heroic events netting you about the same, but possibly up to a total of 7. Once you have 20, go turn them into Variks to start an Empire Hunt of your choosing, which will allow you to earn the weapon of your choice. You can do this solo or in a fire team, but if you don't have any friends like me, then solo it is. Here's some gameplay in the background for one of the hunts. In the Warrior Hunt with Phylax as the final boss drops the Heavy Machine Gun Thermal Erosion, which is actually a rapid fire frame machine gun. It kicks a whole ton unless you have field prep, and then it only kicks a little bit, I guess. The Dark Priestess Critis drops the Bow Biting Winds, which is a precision frame bow, and in my opinion the best out of the 3 when combined with any stasis effect and explosive bolts if you can manage to get them. And then lastly, the Technocrat Praxis drops the new fusion rifle Coriolis Force, which is an aggressive fusion frame that fires its bolts horizontally and not vertically, for those who are confused with the clarification between fusion rifles. There's a total of 3 steps to do in completing the hunts, and for me, these steps were the same every time I've done the missions. The missions do have you complete different things depending on the hunt for the most part, but there's no random variety of tasks, which I think would have been nice for the entire thing. You gotta kill stuff or really collect stuff. There's not a lot to it. For instance, for the Phylax mission that we're doing here in the background, it just requires you to kill 10 enemies with your kinetic, 10 with your energy, and then 10 with your heavy weapon there. And that can be done at any time, but it has to be done in a specific area so that you can actually get the credit for it. But once you finish that, it's on to part 2. Part 2 is pretty simple. You just have to kill a mini-boss of the Salvation Army by drawing him out and then obviously gunning him down. This is really similar to one of the first missions that you end up doing in the campaign. You have to track down all those guys, and these have their icons all over the screen for you. I typically recommend using a sniper rifle, preferably the newest one that you can get from the Banshee 44 called Adorned, which is a masterwork one with triple tap and Vorpal. Seems to work the best even on the bosses here at the end. Last part is to kill the boss of the hunt, obviously to get the bow. This part is more campaign-esque because it basically follows the campaign path when you're doing the hunts, kind of similar to the Forsaken campaign. For all 3 of my hunts, my go-to loadout was the Hailing Fusion Pulse Rifle from the campaign, the new Adorned Sniper Rifle that I talked before with Banshee, and whatever heavy. I didn't really use the heavies in the game, it doesn't really matter. It's easier to stay farther back and snipe them with triple tap and Vorpal, at least for me, instead of getting up close to them, and then getting either frozen by their stasis or booped across the room and getting killed by a wall that you fly into, as that has already happened several times in my first playthroughs here, until I got smart, I guess. When all said and done, you get to go back to Variks for your random rolled weapon, and there you go. Only 40 more here always pieces, and you have all the new weapons for the badge, or some of them, as there's 3 more that are not yet obtained, but are going to come in the following hunts later in the season. Weapons aren't that all bad. I especially like the bow because it can get explosive bolts on them, and it does extra damage because it is a precision frame. But I would not recommend grinding them out yet unless you can grind for the pulse rifle itself. It's only been 2 days since launch, so I guess time will tell. We'll see which weapons are actually going to become good, but I guess anything helps you level up when you are getting prime engrams. I'll leave you with the remaining gameplay for one of the hunts so that you can actually see how it plays out there. It's basically like campaign-esque, like I said, so should be pretty easy for the majority of you, unless you are very severely under-leveled or under-light level. If you liked the video and you found it useful and you want some more, drop a like and subscribe if you want me to make more content. And by the way, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you know when I upload next. And I'll see you out there, Guardians.
Shylax is down.
Her soldiers will scatter. But there are other powerful Elixni.